the matter at hand, All-Star break, a lot of things yet to go down. We're recording this on Thursday. Things officially get underway tomorrow with the Rising Stars Challenge and the Celebrity Game. But this year, the Rising Stars Challenge is high stakes because whoever wins goes on to play on Sunday in the NBA All-Star Game. Of course, we know All-Star Saturday night. 3-point contest, skills challenge, dunk contest, and then, of course, the All-Star Games, the 14 mini tournament on Sunday. We should start just, I guess, with some predictions, things that we're expecting to see. I know we've talked a lot about the format and things of that nature as well. So, by the time you hear this, the Rising Stars Challenge might be over. So I guess we should just talk about the guys we'll see playing those games. I think the Thompson Twins team is going to go on to win. But that being said, I think that a lot of fans are going to be introduced to players they wouldn't have known otherwise. Who do you think has the most to gain or will gain the most based on this opportunity that stands in front of them with the Rising Stars Challenge?
So, yeah, you're taking the team with the Thompson Twins. I actually like Chris Mullin's squad. I really like Stephon Castle. Jalen Wells is having a hell of a season. He can shoot the shit out of the ball. He's been shooting really well all year long. Dalton Connect, same thing. Zach Edey is going to be tough to handle down low. And, I think that's a team that, are any of these teams really going to challenge Shaq's OGs in the first round of the All-Star Game tournament? Probably not. But, it'll be entertaining to see these teams are going to be playing hard to get a chance to play on Sunday. And to answer your question directly, it kind of goes in line with the prediction that I made. I think Stephon Castle is a player who, everyone is kind of clamoring for, the big college basketball star, right? And we're getting that in Cooper Flagg this year. But, Stephon Castle is a player who was incredible for UConn during their entire run last year. He won a national championship. He was a major reason for that. He's playing on the San Antonio Spurs next to Victor Wembanyama. That team has had not as many national TV games as you would expect, but they've been on national TV a decent amount. And yet I still have not seen a ton of chatter about Stephon Castle. I feel like once he became quote unquote untouchable in trade conversations with De'Aaron Fox, people started to realize okay, this kid's really good. And there's a reason that he's untouchable. But, the combination of he's going to be the star of that team in the Rising Stars game. And then he's also going to be in the dunk contest on Saturday night. I don't think people are really aware of just how bouncy he is, how physical of a dunker, how powerful of a dunker he is. I think that Stephon Castle is going to be the player out of this Rising Stars player pool that is really going to make a name for himself this weekend and then carry that momentum into the second half of the season where the Spurs are really trying to make a playoff push now that they got De'Aaron Fox.
No, 100%. And I think that's interesting too, because at the end of the day, De'Aaron Fox is the guy right now. Stephon Castle being a rookie and thinking about, what they have with him and Victor Wembanyama, Area 51, whatever you want to call it with those guys. And generally speaking, right, in the NBA and not in all sports, but specifically the NBA, rookies struggle and they look like rookies a lot of time. And I think that he's looked as good as he's looked with those struggles happening, that down the line, beyond this year, he's going to be there's a timeline in a world in which he ultimately becomes that number two there. And this is a good opportunity for him to kind of introduce himself to NBA fans who are otherwise unfamiliar with him. But you said, a lot of college basketball fans are very familiar with him. And when you mentioned that team, it's like the March Madness All-Stars with him and Connect and Zach Edey, guys who all did their thing back in March and April last year. My answer, I'm going to go with Amen Thompson. As we record this, he had a triple-double last night or 24 hours ago. I think the power of friendship, the power of just brotherly chemistry, or the power of excellency, if you want to call it that. Those two guys who, if you don't know, they have the same middle name, and it is XLNC, spelled out like that. So the power of excellency on that team, I think that leads them. They'll be able to play together for the first time in a while. And then, that'll kind of fuel them to go through the weekend. I think people will realize, and they maybe take a look at Amen Thompson's numbers and see, the way that they compete and the way that they go. They're not going to, back down from the OGs if they are able to get there. But again, by the time you hear this game might be over and we might be way off with whoever wins those games. There is a team of G League All-Stars and another team of Rising Stars that we plan for a chance to play on Sunday's All-Star.